Hi, my name is Andrea and this is my review of the Hammer A3-41 machine that comes from Felder Grouppe. Me and my brother bought this machine for 4,700 euros from a retailer named Totus. That was on January 9th and we received the machine on June 1st. This was due to the coronavirus, otherwise the machine normally comes in 12 to 14 weeks time. To the base of the machine we added also the dial indicator wheel, and we added the biggest improvement on this machine, and that is the spiral head from Felder that they named Silent Power. This model also features 220 volts single phase and it's about 3 kilowatts of power, requires C breaker at 20 amps. We are very pleased with the performance of this machine, although it came with other 3 machines that we ordered from Totus, and in the transport they were damaged all. This one suffered minor injuries or damages. It was only a little bit of the cast iron table that was damaged and the fence, and we also found a screw that was damaged because of the improper size of the screwdriver head was used on it. On the other hand, the K3 Wiener saw was damaged pretty badly. I have this on my other video review, so you can check it out on my channel. Since all the planing and thicknessing with this machine is really nice and the results are phenomenal, I will skip to the parts of the machine that could be done better at the factory. Bear in mind that these are not the things that are affecting in any case the quality of the cut of this machine. On the jointer tables we noticed that the milling was not done equally to the infeed or the outfeed table, and you can actually hear the difference between the finishes, rough and smooth. With the same hand, rough and smooth. I hope this will wear out with use, but I think that's the inconsistency in the factory with the milling of the tables. The fence works okay, but it's a little bit jerky when you move it around, and there is a thing that is sticking outside of the table that is a little bit clumsy and takes a lot of space behind the machine. And you can see me standing actually behind the machine, and I'm placed to the wall. I still have space behind me. The roller handle activator requires quite a bit of force to engage and disengage, and it would be nice if they engraved or stamped the off sign on it. Our not so elegant but practical solution was to write with a marker, so you can spot at a glance whenever the rollers are off or on. You should always turn off your rollers after you use the machine, because there is a rubber inside that gets pressed with the rollers and it will leave the mark, so within time you will hear strange noises about the machine every time it jumps around the belt. The same goes for the sticker on the dust hood of the machine. On the sticker it says that you should lower the planer table to 175 millimeters to be able to switch it from planer to from jointer to planer, and it's actually not true, because we upgraded the wheel from the standard one to the bigger one that is aluminum wheel with a dial indicator, so you have to lower the table a little bit lower, so that's a little miss from the factory, but it's no problem. We also marked with a marker on the point where you should lower the table to, and it's 193 millimeters. We also added a little sticker on the dust hood that indicates that we should activate the rollers. Really nice addition to this joiner are very simple solutions. The first one is the little caliper. We bought a plastic caliper for around $1.50, and we keep it under the planer table, so you can check at a glance what is the thickness of the wood you're using, and that is really comfortable, because then you can set the table to the correct thicknessing and you can pass the board without the fear. It's a very important step to do anyways, so the caliper makes it easier. And the other one is really about the comfort of the using machine, and that's the guard of the blade here. This one is really long and sticks out way past outside the table, so when you're jointing something, the fence has to be moved forward, and that means that the blade guard will move in the back as well. So when you're passing with the wood over the joiner, the problem is that it sticks out of the way. This is why many of the people that, especially in the United States, use the joiner, they prefer the pork chop version that goes out, because it moves just a little bit out. So this is why we made the piece that sits also under the table of the planer or the jointer or the thicknesser in this case, and that's this little piece of wood. We measure just the blade guard here, and then you can put it inside. It has 2 pieces of wood that are thin and works fantastic. Just a little tip on this fence. This fence, if you're used to the cast iron fences on the jointer, they are rock solid. However, this fence is made of aluminum and has a little bit of flex on it. If you lean on it very hard while you joint in an edge or planing, it will flex actually. And you can see it a little bit flexing, but I'm pushing really hard. So if you want to eliminate that problem, you can use this little device, which is a mag square, and you can put it very close to fence and then lock it. When you lock it, just let me try to do this at once. When you lock it, then you have positive stop and then you won't move it anymore. And that's a great little tip for this fence when you need that extra pressure on the fence. If you want more in-depth review, I recommend the video from Jay Bates that made very long video about this planer, but it's really good and packed with information that you're interested in. The size, if it has the snipe or not. It doesn't have snipe, of course. He puts inside in the video how to lift the tables, how long does it take to transform it from joiner to the thicknesser or planer, and it's really nicely made video. And this is the video that we saw, and this is the reason why we bought this machine. And we are really happy, as you might noticed. And that's about it. All in all, we are very pleased with this machine, and we would recommend it to anybody that is looking for the machine in this price range. It's not cheap. It costs 4,700 euros, but I think it's worth it, the money. It works really nicely and it's a pleasure to use it. So thank you for staying to the end of the video. Please subscribe to keep up with me, and the next review will be on the Benzo N4400 or the dust collector Felder AF14 that you can see a little bit of it in the corner. So thanks for watching, see you soon, bye. Actually behind the machine and I'm placed to the wall. I still have space behind me. Dang.
Dai, lo tiro, parla, però è il nome.